JLL first addressed the shortage of affordable housing in MENA back in 2011, when we estimated that this shortage extended to around 3.5 million homes across the region. Over the last 5 years, this shortage has become a more serious issue as the majority of housing continues to be focused on the upper end of the market and the luxury sector. The continued shortage of more affordable housing matters from both a social and also an economic perspective. Socially, the shortage of housing for middle-income families results in these families spending an excessive amount of their income on housing, and it also creates the need for excessively long commutes to work, with the associated costs on the quality of family life. The average family in the UAE spends more than 40% of their household income on housing. This compares with the global average of closer to 30%. Economically, the shortage of housing for middle-income families reduces the attraction of the region and the economic competitiveness of its major cities. Given the continued importance of this issue, we have just undertaken a second study. While not seeking to re-quantify the size of the shortfall, we are actually confident that the gap has continued to widen because the development industry has remained focused on the luxury sector of the market in recent years. By way of example, only 22% of all the residential projects announced in Dubai so far this year have actually been affordable to middle-income households. The focus of our second report is twofold. Firstly, to define what is actually meant by affordable housing, and to show how this varies between different countries in the region in terms of both their price points and also the target market. Secondly, to showcase some of the best practice projects and initiatives that have been introduced, as both governments and developers across the region recognise the extent of the problem and the importance of providing more housing for middle-income families. Our research shows there is a growing shortage of affordable housing for middle-income households in all the major markets in the Middle East. And while this shortage is now being widely recognised by both policymakers and developers, more needs to be done if the problem is not to get worse before it gets better.